Speaking of baseball, did you guys see the fucking catcher get tossed?
I did see that. That's just baseball umpires are they're putting on their it's the show in the show.
Bro, it's spring training. What are we doing? So Drake, I'm gonna explain it to you real quick, Drake. It's not hard. So basically, you've got the down the pipe look from the pitchers, from the outfield, zooming in on the catcher. So it's a front view. The catcher, like they do, I don't know if it was a pass ball or a foul ball or what. The catcher reaches his glove back, kind of up and over his shoulder, open for the ump to stick a new ball in there. And do you have it pulled up, Graham?
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is, Drake.
Oh, hold on.
The catcher's like, what the fuck?
Kimbrough says, I don't like that call. Now, here's the action right here. And the umpire felt like Realmuto took his glove out of the way. And I think Realmuto didn't sense that the ball was on its way, so he just figured the umpire was throwing it back to the mound.
Now, on the prior exchange.
So what happens there is he reaches back. He lets his glove sit there for a second. And either he thought that the ball was placed in there and he just didn't feel it, or he took too long to feel the ball. So he drops his glove. As he drops his glove, the ump finally puts the ball in there. And the ump now thinks that he's playing games with him. So he tosses his ass out of the game. That ump's got the smallest dick on the universe.
It's just another classic example of referees wanting the spotlight when they don't actually deserve it. They're just power hungry little idiots.
Dude,
I like the umpires though. I like the human element. Like people want the robot umps. I like the umpires.
I'm all about the robot umps.
See, I'm all about it. I don't know, part of the best parts of baseball too is when you get the managers coming out of the dugout. Are they going to argue with a robot?
You think the best part about baseball is the fat fucking rich guy who wears a uniform like his players coming out of the fucking dugout?
It's not the best part, but it's one of my favorite parts. Like, have you seen it's from a while ago, the Terry Collins, like ass in the jackpot? It's after Syndergaard gets thrown out of a game and with the Mets, and Terry Collins just comes out, he's screaming like, are you serious? Like it's like it's one of the best moments.
Terry, talk to me, Terry.
Yeah, he knows what I'm talking
Terry.
about.
Listen to me, Terry. You got to understand the moment. Not now. You can do it, but not now. You know better, Terry.
Like that's one of my favorite. It's the best ever.
I'm surprised that Drake knows.
That's an all time.
It's all time. Yeah,
I think I have seen it once. What you're talking about, do
you remember when Boone stepped in front of me in the hallway as I was about to run that kid down and fight him in freshman year in the dorm?
Yeah.
That was what this umpire did to Terry, because Terry was headed to the home plate umpire with both hands up. And this the first base ump slides in chest to chest. He's like, Terry, you gotta calm down, Terry. You gotta talk to me, Terry.
Terry's a great name for that too.
The best part of the conversation is that the ref and Terry, they agree. They agree with each other, and he's just like the ref understands that he's just got to let Terry just blow off all this steam right now in his face.
Man.
And he's like, yeah, like I have no choice to do it. Like we have to throw him out of the game if he's throwing at his head. Like we have to take him out.
And Drake is one of these people, and so is Kevin. Kevin is one. In fact, what I'm about to describe, most people experience. Somehow, I don't know why, I have become numb to it, or I'm not sure how I diffuse my frustration and anger without sort of visibly getting upset and tone and a voice and volume getting louder and yelling and stuff. It's just not something I do. But I personally, and it's probably a little bit of the sociopathic stuff that we've talked about, I personally have a hard time relating with people who blow up like that. It just isn't in my nature.
I'll explode you to a new fucking area code.
I'm fully aware. And something in my coding, in my genetic coding, like stops me when I start to feel that pressure start to build up and says, hey buddy,
you ain't that guy.
There's no fucking reason and no logical path here of you blowing up, it's not going to get you anything. And then it's just diffused like every time. It's wild. It helps me a lot. On the other side, oftentimes coaches, my parents, Lauren, sometimes it gets mistaken for me not caring about some stuff, which is a little bit of a weird consequence. And it's like, no, I care. It's just, I just handle stuff differently. I don't know. It's fucking weird. But I think if the most exciting thing in baseball games is when fat guys who don't play come out and yell at the umps, the sport needs something else.
When I say that, it's a part that you don't even get it every game too. Like that doesn't happen that often.
I understand that it does.
That it's fun. And that clip is probably the Terry Collins clip is probably one of the most shared clips of baseball in the past like 6 years.
You're probably right. And I think something like that actually does kind of maintain and help.
If you don't think that energizes a baseball game, you're wrong.
Oh, the fans are on their feet. They're going nuts as Terry's going to the mound. They're going crazy. They love it. You should hear the roars as soon as they see him get out of the dugout, head towards
home. It's like Tiger fucking Woods walking up 18.
They're going nuts. If you were outside, you would have thought there was a home run. They're going crazy.
Grant, you should get into announcing.
Geez, I thought about it. I think I was talking about this the other day because someone's like, "What do you do?" It's like, "Oh, I want to do like sports journalism," and everyone kind of jumps to announcer the first thing, which I would do it.
Yeah, because it's either you're a beat writer or you're an announcer.
Pretty much, yeah. But I think I would do it. The problem is I think I gamble too much on these games where I would be like
the bias would just be glaring.
Yeah, like the best announcers are
I've got it. The under.
They're excited, they're happy about they're the same thing. Like Kevin Tom Breen he saying like bang after a big three.
Yeah.
If I had the other side, big three right in my face.
You cocksucker.
I would be like, Steph Curry 3-pointer.
You'd be like, and Keegan Murray hits the three.
Yeah. But then on the other side, it would be like it would be something total like let's say they're even doing a review. Did this guy step out? What's this holding? I'd be like, I don't know, Jim. I don't see it. I don't know, Jim. I think he's good. It's like he's both his feet are out of bounds, Grant.
And your tone just turns into a completely like just like disgust. Like these guys have really let down their fans in the fourth quarter here as the defense has just seemingly been picked apart and let the team back in. It's now a 3-point ball game. And for those that are wondering, it was a 7-point.
Defense is shaving points here.
Yeah, no, I would just like even if it was going horribly in the second half, I'd have no energy. I'd just be so disinterested in the game. I'd be like constantly checking in on the other scores, how they do. Occasionally they'll be like, "Oh, also going down in Tuscaloosa today." But can we actually check in
nobody cares about this game, but out in Seattle, Washington, it's a 3-point ball game, and the over is about to hit.
So, I know we got overtime here, but can we check in on Western Kentucky versus Eastern Michigan? Can we go ahead and check in on that?
Somebody from the broadcast booth, can we switch over real quick?
I have always said though that I think that there should be just how you can listen to your local radio broadcast on your phone. I think that you should be able to listen to this broadcast has +3.5. So it's like all that same, like we're rooting for the same thing. Like we need this. Okay. We're all on the same page.
Add a little agenda to a broadcast.
Yeah. I think that should exist. And they experiment with that a little bit. Like if you saw Barstool did something like similar to it where it was like the Arizona Bowl was on Barstool TV.
Yeah.
And I think Dan had one side and then Dave had another. And then
they did separate broadcasts.
Yeah, and they can't like directly say like
sure
it's they did like they can because it's on their own network, but
right
they have both where I think it should just be one or the other and they're two different broadcasts.
Because even if you listen to like if you listen to Gary and Ed, they do a really, really good job of staying in the middle.
Yeah, and there's a place for that. I think that there's always going to be an audience for that.
Right.
And that's probably always going to be the main one too.
But there's also an audience out there that would listen to Kevin Ward go absolutely ballistic if the Hawks weren't covering in the fourth quarter, and then all of the sudden that
Yeah.
Nico Reganey pass hits and Kevin's going fucking berserk, waving
Yeah.
his ticket in the
Yeah. No, I think that and it would I just love the idea too of up in the press box, it's all the capital J journalists in their suits and
oh
stuff like all proper and like there's a lot of
We
times
should
you're not
call those
supposed to even
Cheeto
make
figures.
you're not
Mike.
supposed to cheer in the press
Dude,
box. There's no
oh,
cheering
let-
allowed.
let
And then
me
you
tell
got the gamble, you got the +3 broadcast
Going
nuts. Going
Dude.
crazy.
What's up, everybody? What you just watched was a short, truncated version of our extra show that we do every week. We call it DHT. It's Dickhead Tuesday. It's sort of on brand for the walk-ons, and it's the extra podcast that Drake, myself, and now Gary the intern do every single week. That's on our Patreon services, part of our Patreon tiers at the second and third level. Patreon is where we put all of our extra content, okay? The Monday and the Thursday episodes, those are always going to be free forever and always for our washed up walk-ons army that's out there and loves the show. But for those who want more, for those who want to help contribute and they like extra shows like this, you may be interested in this content. It's a little bit more not safe for work, if you will. You can see here, this is our mascot for the DHT, Goopy, and access to items like this, as well as other exclusive items, are also perks that you get with the Patreon, as well as discounts on all of the merchandise that we put out throughout the year. Merchandise that you can find in our 24/7 storefront right now. If you're part of the Patreon, you basically pay for your subscription with the discounts that you'll get on the merchandise. Not to mention, you get ad-free episodes, early access to the episodes, immediate access to the video versions, access to our private Discord, our fantasy football leagues, and a whole lot more. And that's all on top of the fact that you're donating to the kids. You're helping us with our mission to donate thousands of dollars to the UI Children's Hospital every single year. So if you like what you saw here and you like what you're hearing from me, take this moment to head on over to patreon.com/washedupwalkons, and you can find a tier, a subscription level that fits for you. And we'd love to have you on the Walk On Army. Thank you so much. Click around, find some of our other videos as well. And we'll be seeing you soon.